Well, I'm Gail Haynes.
My name is Helene Minari.
My name is Nancy Bassard.
My name is Joanne Donnellan.
My name is Jack Freimeyer, and I was dragooned into the club in 1988 by Ethel Crook, whom I'm sure you've heard about, and the straight shooting crook named Ethel, and she transformed the club from an exclusive women-only club to an all-comers club, and I was in that first batch of men.
And Ethel she was a leader, and full of ideas, and she was so she was very forceful because she believed in it so much.
She was just she was kind of what's the word I want? A lady with presence. You knew Ethel was, but she didn't scare you like an old-time teacher, you know. She didn't frighten you, but she was very much in charge and welcomed everybody.
She really put her heart and soul into making musical opportunities happen for kids. She was amazing.
To this day, I always said Ethel Crook is my role model. She was an extraordinary woman, very, very bright, but always trying to push young people to do better, to play music. She was an extraordinary woman. I cannot say enough about her.
Just after she became president, she and I went to a concert, and a young man at Western played the violin, and he played very beautifully, but his instrument was clearly not good enough for his performance. His name was Paul Featherstone. Well, it turned out that he came from a family, his father and mother. His mother was a nurse, his father and his siblings were all in nursing school, and there was no money for him, so he slept at Western in the classrooms. He used the restroom there as his bath. The then dean of the Performing and Fine Arts, Robert Sylvester, got him a job which he shouldn't have had, I guess, as a custodian. But there was no way he was ever going to get a violin that he could grow on. And so Ethel said, well, we're going to have to do something about that. So we went to the board, and I suggested that we have a benefit concert to buy him a violin, and that Nick and Nancy and I would try to get together the premier local musicians and have it at Lermont, which Ethel had some way of getting free. And somebody on the club, a longtime member, Evelyn Wellman, said, well, you see, that isn't what we do. And Ethel said, that's exactly what we do, and I think we ought to do it. Now, here's what will happen. You are going to get the program together. I'm going to take care of the publicity. This has got to be big, big. So she went to the Bellingham Herald and said, I want to speak to the publisher. And I'm Ethel Crook, president of the Bellingham Music Club. And he said, do you have an appointment? No. Well, he's busy. That's all right. I have time. I'll wait. And so she was ushered in right away to see him. And somehow or other, although it was not too far ahead, got just about a half page about this boy in the Herald. It's the way she worked. And he got the violin.
To win an award for any student who's engaged in music is a recognition that you are trying to accomplish something in your field, and also maybe just a boost or a shot in the arm that people are aware of you that care about music and care about people that are going into music.
Everybody has to start somewhere, and it's only for high school students, so 9th graders to 12th grade. And we always get a different adjudicator for each of the 4 years, so that the student has 4 different adjudicators to judge them on. But we've started to do less of the written, I don't know what you call them, reviews, and have the adjudicator talk with the student afterwards and go over the music, and they're always very positive. I really love the such and such, and we all are there listening to the competition, and then she'll say, have you thought about this? Or could you try this for me?
Listening to them, adjudicating competitions, rewarding excellence, and then following their careers. We keep up with them after they leave here. And it was no problem at all for us to just sit down and write down people who've won this as long as 20 years ago, because we keep up with their careers. We have a newsletter and record what they're doing in that letter all the time. So we're family with these young people. I think that's what holds the club together.
Life would be flat without music. Have you seen that? Be flat without music. And that's the way I feel. That it's no matter what type of music it is, I think we all need music to help us through.
Music is my consolation and my delight. It just means everything to me.
Yeah, with me it would be like, what keeps you breathing? Partly habit, partly necessity.
The love of music, that's what it does. I mean, and especially this is a very special little organization, that music club. We have had some extraordinary people that came to play for us. I find it, when you live in a small town, I always live in big cities, New York and Montreal, and all of a sudden I'm in a smaller town, and there's more talent and more knowledge of music here in this town. It's a very good town for music, so with the university it helps too, very much so.
The club is a real player in the town. It's grown a lot bigger since Ethel opened it up, and there have been a string of 4-year presidents after that. Hélène Minari, Gail Haynes, and the current president, Isabelle Cormier.
Every president has brought something different and extremely valuable to the club. Some people do a lot of outreach and PR, and some people see at one point that they need to work on the structure, the organization of the club. And I think I was a little bit more technical. I like to fiddle on my computer, and Kristen is going to be really sophisticated and bring the club to a whole other level of enjoyment, and both for our club and for the community. I think.
Thank you for your confidence, Isabel. It's so fulfilling to work with so many people that are so bright, so talented, so full of ideas, and are team players, and all want the success. And it's all to promote these young talent and to encourage them. And they're so amazing. I mean,
The people there run that club right now. It can only go better and better. They have started this year the night program. I don't see anything that will stop the work they've been doing. It's amazing.
They are visionary. They are changing the programming right now to encompass more outreach to broaden the audience through the Night Beat program, which Jack Freimer, I believe, was the instigator of. And they support students who are going on in music. They support music in general, not only with the scholarship programs, but providing musical opportunities for the community to come to at no charge. And I don't know if that's been mentioned, but it's at no charge.
So even if they don't know a note of music, I mean, like me, I know music, I played music, it's no more that I like music. But somebody who never did that, who always thought that music was Frank Sinatra, all of a sudden, they realize there's something else about. They start hearing different instruments, singing, all kind of things. And even if they don't know a bit of music, well, it's nice. It's pleasant to hear music, so they come there regularly.
Well, I'm not a musician, and so that's like walking on the moon to me, and I just feel like I want to be supportive of musicians. I just think that the money they spend for lessons, the time they put in practicing, the devotion of the parents, it's just made me really excited about being part of the awards program.
I think it's indispensable. That's the word. I think it would be a very sadder town without that musical contribution.
Let the music continue, and I hope the organization continues to thrive, continues to be healthy, and grows.